For Daily Ask Reddit, hiring managers, what is the biggest red flag on a resume? I saw some guy who HSD posted in the "have you been arrested" part put the reason he was arrested: killed a man by dropping a boulder on his head. Checked it out online, and he was telling the truth. Well, at least I respect his honesty. When I was about 14 to 15ish, my dad kinda pushed me to apply for a translating job at Sega. Good English. I needed a CV to apply, so my dad helped me make one. He told me to put my favorite games on my resume, and my dumbass not only agreed, but answered honestly. Without a single Sega game on the top 5 list I made. This man is now a manager of 20 plus years. So I'm reading a lot of the same ideas and frustrations over and over here. What is someone supposed to do when they are dealing with a work gap? Do they tell the truth and hope it works out, or do they ignore it and hope to be hired? I had to leave my dream job at the year mark due to health reasons I can't disclose to an employer, and I'd like some direct guidance on what to do in order to be hired again, now that I have a better handle on things. Edit. I'm pretty blown away by all of your comments and really solid advice. I hope all benefit from seeing that there are so many of us living through this topic right now, and that there are ways back into good meaningful employment. To the hiring managers and hiring professionals who stop to advise and assist, thank you. Your insight is invaluable at a really hard time for both myself and many others. When people apply through Facebook Jobs and it pulls the info from their profile, you end up with shit like "went to the University of Life" or "I only work for me and no one else" as a headline on their application. It's hard to take that seriously. A very unprofessional email is definitely one. You see some insane emails. I knew someone who got an email address that had Big Daddy in it. Edit. For anyone who needs a professional email address, personally I find any combination of your first, middle, last names, initials, and birth date are all acceptable. In fact, any numbers but 420, 69, etc. and 123 is fine. It's absolutely worth having a very bland email for anything where you don't want your email to make a big impression. I point illegal things, professional things, and emailing your grandma because she doesn't like text. Don't email your grandma from your Bootislayer email. Edit 2. As some have mentioned below, 666 is also not a great number to add. And if your birthday happens to be a number on this list, pay special attention to how you format it. For instance, if your birthday is 420, format that along with the year as something like 042099. The person looking at your application will probably understand and not think it's a joke. Edit 3. I did a bad job typing that. I meant any number but 420, 69. And as somebody added 666, and 123 is fine. I typed that first thing when I woke up with no coffee. Random numbers are okay, 123 is okay. Listing every single accomplishment from high school and or middle school when you've been out of high school for 10 plus years. Had a guy list every part he got in a musical / play, sports he played, with scores, clubs he was a part of, etc. All of these dated from at least elementary school on. The man was 50 plus. The job had nothing to do with any of these items. In college I had a summer job working as an office assistant, and for the first few days all I did was pull files and shred old resumes. One guy listed every single thing he could do that could possibly count as a clerical skill. He even mentioned stapling. I once had a guy submit a resume saying that he could not work with women or speak to any woman due to religious reasons. I'm all for being tolerant of other people's beliefs, but this was for a customer service job. If you can't interact with women at all, then maybe this wasn't the kind of job he should have been applying for. I'm the kind of manager who will go for someone with less experience if they have a good interview. Obviously you need to check some things off experience wise, customer service, data entry etc. But I know most people can learn on the job. One thing I despise in resume or cover letter is crowded wording and minimal gaps. I don't need to see your work history from your McDonald's days at 14. I need to see the last 5 if it's relevant to the job. Not an employer, but failed miserably to get a high school job. I thought I was doing everything right. I mentioned previous volunteer experience, work ethic, and always came dressed in a button-up shirt, slacks, and a tie for interviews, or even asking about a job. After a year of getting turned down by Taco Bell, KFC, and really any good high school job, I found the issue. Under the previous criminal charges section I put assault and battery. 17-year-old me had a loose grasp on the legal system and didn't realize that getting arrested for a fight is not the same as being charged with a felony. I had been arrested on an assault misdemeanor, but never charged. Unfortunately, that revelation didn't come until I applied for military service and was told my felony charge was a permanent disqualification.